Okay, so it seems like I do an ep every time that we go and play downtown at our rival's house. And I think it's because it's about a 15-minute drive. Sometimes 12, sometimes 13. Might hit some traffic today, so maybe 20, who knows. But yes, this is the day. Another day. We played our other rivals last Thursday, and I think I made it about 4 hours at work before I bailed and went running and had convinced myself that I was going to hyper focus on what I would do and say and really not have the fact that I haven't exercised be an issue that's making me feel bad about myself. But that was not the case. I think I ran all my energy out and I just was super flat, and we did not. There's the sunlight right there. And we lost. I think it was 19, 22, 21 or something. It never felt like it was close, to be honest. I know those scores might be somewhat respectable, but from the sideline, it felt like we were never close to being in it. And I could be wrong. I feel like there was probably times where we had it tied and we were trading back and forth, but just have not been able to get all the right pieces on the same day with any type of chemistry or cohesion. Just been dealing with injuries this season, to be honest, and I don't know how many of them are legitimate or if they're just tired or this is just the attitude of this group, but yeah, let's see. I think it's been about 3 weeks since we talked last, so I might have just had last ep was probably about just my excitement for the season, which is still there. It's sweet, when it hits some traffic. Last weekend we went down to one of the premier high school tournaments in our area, one that brought 3 teams from Hawaii out, and I think 3 teams from Arizona, and about a half a dozen teams from up Northern California, and then the rest were San Diego area and Southern section, which we're in. So if you're not familiar, I'm talking about the Best of the West varsity tournament put on by Poway High School. And since I stopped coaching club, which was over 10 years ago, this tournament has been the closest I've been to competing in something to that level. And we've done it 3 times since then. Yeah, so 2016, last season, and last weekend. And to be honest, last weekend was our best finish in the 3 times that I've taken the team down there, and it was super fun. But once again, it was stressful because, not stressful, maybe just a little disappointing, and disappointing. I feel for the players. One guy's been waiting and choosing his time sparingly, and he came down on his teammate's ankle and he rolled his own ankle, and he was out after 3 points. And that wasn't the plan. He was supposed to hold off until that middle match against Newport Harbor, and at the last minute, the assistant coach and I decided that he could play 2, and so we put him in right there. And those would have been the 2 best teams, and they were the 2 best teams in our pool, and they ended up being 2 of the 4 best place finishers in the tournament overall. Yeah, Torrey Pines, which the team that player started playing with, ended up getting fourth, or tying for third. They don't play like a third place playoff, but they lost to the eventual champion in the third set. It was really tight, and we got to play them, and then we got to play Newport Harbor too, and they ended up going to the finals and losing in the finals. So it was, from our pool, it was there was second place overall, tied for third place overall, and then we tied for 19th place overall out of 32 teams. And 19th place overall, we almost made it to we lost in the semifinals of the silver bracket, and 19th overall is the best finish we've had since 2010, when I think our team finished tied for 11th or tied for 13th. Just being down there, just personally just fired up my love for the sport and the atmosphere, and I'm also just trying to figure out, maybe I'm more of a fan than a coach, to be honest. Because I was telling someone I could go to tournaments and just sit and watch all day. But you know what? That erase that last comment. Of course I'm more of a coach than a fan. I love to stand with my players and battle, and I think we did. We had a shorter squad. A lot of my big guys were injured or went down or didn't play, but for what we had, I thought we did fairly well. That first match, after our guy goes down, we send in a guy that's like 6 inches shorter than him, and he does well, and we were up on that first team, Torrey Pines, 23-21 in the first set, and we couldn't close it out, and then I think they crushed us a little bit the second set, and then I don't think we were ever in it against Newport, but we were definitely returning fire, and our block was pretty good, and we coughed up too many easy plays, and they didn't cough up any plays. If they made mistakes, they were intentional, like getting blocked, meaning they had swung, and then the third team, I think we were also up, I think 24-22, and we just couldn't close, and then that took the wind out of our sails. That team was totally beatable for us. It was probably the third best of the three teams that came from Hawaii, and we just coughed that one. And the next day, I don't even know what I want to say. One, it was a long first day, definitely. I was telling one of my other assistant coaches that didn't go with us, like I think I did say it was stressful, just getting everybody to a meeting, to the school in the morning, and then getting everyone's ride situated, getting through traffic, getting down almost there, getting stopped, and getting teenage boys fed, which is a task in itself, and then getting there, getting to the gym place on time, and hopefully we are there in time, because we have to ref first, and then remembering volleyballs, and then hopefully winning all our matches, if not hopefully just one match, then getting to the hotel. And the night before, I was coaching a different match. It was one we definitely could have and should have, and we did win, but I was more preoccupied with what was going to happen the next day. And I get a alert on my phone saying someone's charged my card for the hotel rooms, and last year at a different hotel, they charged my card when I got there when we were checking in, but I guess this other hotel, that it was they were all full up, and so they were going to start running credit cards the night before, so that I guess if someone's credit card didn't work, then they could take them off the list and give those rooms to someone else, I think was the move. So then I called the bank, or I did the little automated thing, and I approved those charges, and then now I have to worry all next day. You know, it's going to be 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and we're going to roll into the hotel, and I'm wondering if everything's copacetic with the rooms, and if my credit card will go through, and what am I going to do with all these kids if the rooms, we don't have rooms, we have to go find a new spot. And I don't know, I'm just realizing I'm much more of a worrier and an anxious dude. I don't know if that's because I'm just not like financially secure, or I'm just like unorganized. Financially secure, I don't have $10,000 in my checking at any one time, where I have multiple avenues of revenue should something fall through, or should we have had to go find a different hotel, and let's say the hotel rooms were like $300 a pop. I don't have that type of cash, or that can just cover that. I'm not sure if I'm describing what I'm trying to say very well, but I think what I'm trying to say is just I just want everything to go smoothly, and of course it's also my responsibility to like plan all this stuff a little bit earlier, and I'm not the most organized person either, but it all went through. We got them food, we got dinner afterwards. It didn't end up being as much quantity, like amount of food, as we had thought it would be, but it got devoured quickly, and we got the rooms off. Like, I was able to have a little bit of salad. I don't even care. At that point, it was a long day, and I was frustrated with the outcome of how we played, even though I had prepared myself for going 0-3, and I had also prepared myself for not winning a single match all weekend and coming in dead last, which would be we went 0-6 and we did not notch a victory. And also I had figured our record at that point, if we went 0-6, we would, I believe, dip below 500. I think that would have made us 6-7. But if we just won a single match, that would at least keep us at 500. And they're all quality losses. And if we win, quality wins. But that's basically like I was preparing for going over, and I had, put a goal in my mind that if we just win one match, that's good for me. And so so that was kind of the thinking going in, for me personally. That's nothing I told anybody else, but so we left. The assistant coach ended up was actually the dad of that player that got injured. So I can't even imagine how frustrated and bad he felt for his son, who's also a senior, which is just rotten luck. At the end of the day, sometimes it's just rotten luck. But he put a good positive spin on it, but he ends up taking off and taking his son back home. Drives 3.5 hours so that his son can sleep in his own bed, and instead of hobbling around and being all uncomfortable, I guess in a hotel room, or just being in the gym and standing is a tough thing to do. If you're supposed to be sitting and elevating, it's not as easy as one would think. So he takes off, and so bright spot is I got my own room. I could fight as loud as I wanted to. And then I felt like I fell asleep and it was already morning. The turnaround was so quick, and I got up and I personally went and knocked on all their doors at 6:30. Wake them up, make sure they at least, like, I saw somebody that was moving around, and then they get down there for breakfast. Then we get to the gym because we had to ref first, and then like count all my ducks and see who can go and who cannot go, and we won that very first set of the day. We had to really work for it though. It was 32-30 when we finally notched one, and after one set, one of my guys is telling me he's hurt. He's pulled or pinched something else, which is another guy that's been struggling with staying healthy physically all season. So played one set, and he did not go in for the rest of the day. So then I switched my libero to outside, put another libero in, and moved the other guy, which I had been trying to play outside, for one of my other starting outsides that's shoulder's been bugging him, and so he didn't go. So now I'm without two starting attackers, and then now I have to use my backup libero and use my starting libero at the outside, and that almost worked out, but we lost that one 26-28, and then we grinded it out the next one, and it was close, but we somehow, that libero that's now the outside got up and blocked for the match point at 17-15, and we got that one elusive win that I needed just to keep myself going. And to be honest, without my other coaches there, I felt not relieved, but I felt like I could coach my way. And I don't think many coaches think my way is like effective, or what am I trying to say? I don't know. The lineup we had discussed before he left was not what I went with that day. And we had moved some pieces around the previous day after we started losing. Although now that I think about it, no one had thought we would win those other two matches, and we got close with the lineup we had started with. And I'm annoyed that I let myself be like convinced so easily. But that's because I'm a non-confrontational dude, and I think that I like doing this, but I need to like stand up for myself more. And also, like, this is my one life, and if I am the one doing all the work and setting up this whole season and running this program, I should have final say, and I should learn how to be like comfortable with that. And it was a lot easier when I didn't have anybody else like chipping in. But also, I'm making no sense because we didn't have any other options, to be honest, because of injury and whatnot. So basically, yeah, we rolled with that same lineup the next match, and the libero that was now outside was very, very gassed. And he had played just about every second of the previous day and that match this morning. And one of those injured guys, like, put his shoes on and was able to go for a little bit and swing at just enough balls to be effective and to help us. And we ended up winning that second match too. So now we had two. But clearly he was done. And I did not want to gas him out for, I don't even know. I just saw the look in his eyes and he was done. Like, I didn't seem like he had much energy left. So then I just emptied the bench, and this person is just parking in the middle right here. What are we doing here? Alright. What am I trying to say? I think the big point that I was trying to get at as I'm watching all these high schools that are clearly fed by, anyways, we went 2-in, with my backup libero, and then opposite it outside, and the third, like, opposite, like, who hadn't paid hardly at all, and then our other setter chipping in. Like, we were up 24-22, and then my setter chose a different route to set on a ball that could have put that set away, and it didn't work out. And then we were really gassed, and so I put the other guys in and let them have it. But yeah, the point I was getting at was watching all these high school programs that are fed by all these historic clubs down in San Diego and in the southern section, Orange County, Huntington Beach. It helps. And I want that for my program, for my high school, and I am just a dork for this sport, and I think I decided that, like, I want to start my own club, and then I try to convince myself that's going to be too much work, and then I should just join another club. But that's not what I meant. I meant I need to have, like, final say over all of it and be the, like, driving force. It's difficult. It requires a lot of organization, and I'm not great at that. But what I do have is I have the experience of running a club, in a sense, through a high school. We consider it's called a program, but I've been able to field 3 teams every year, provide uniforms, and send them to 3 tournaments each. This is going on 11. This is my 11th season, so I've obviously figured out a way to do that. So why not? And I don't know if I can pull this together today or in 20 years, or if this is something that I pursue once my kids have jobs and lives and whatnot. But I know that my daughter's at the age where we can start really trying to do this, and I'm thinking as small as possible. I'm thinking her and her friends, or anyone her age group, 1 single team, 1 club, and trying to see if we could successfully do that for one time. Because if this is my only life, I want to enjoy my time here, and I don't know, right now I feel like I'm just dipping my toe in a lot of things and not doing them great, when the thing I want to do really great is be a great volleyball coach, but have a great volleyball product, club, high school, all of that. And unfortunately, I think it's all based in ego. I wish it wasn't, but more and more I think about it, I think I'm just searching for some sort of, like, notoriety and respect.